Welcome to our 2012 Trail Vision 19E. Starting right in the back bumper here. Just going to reach in, pull that cap out of there. Inside of the back bumper you're going to find your sewer hose. Take note of those two ears and the adapter here. It's all be hooking it up to your sewer system. And then the hose itself, once fully extended, is about 20 feet long. Just keeping it stored in the bumper back here to help keep any sort of stench out of the unit, keep things that bit fresher. And then if you just look at the cap, you'll notice it's got a couple of little nubs there. You're just going to line those up top and bottom, press it into place, and those will hold them in. As in this corner, as well as in each corner of the trailer, you're going to find these stabilizer jacks here. So what they do is they just run down, contact the ground, give it another turn or so just to firm it up, and that'll get rid of any sort of bounce or sway that you see you got in the unit right now. Just keep things firm while you're out camping. Up from there, you'll find your power inlet. So as you pop that open, you'll find a little notch in the bottom corner there. It's going to line up with this notch here. You're going to press those in together, give it a little 1/8 turn to lock it into place, and then get the threaded collar in the back there to really lock it down. Following the cord back, you're going to find a standard 30 amp end there. Most campsites will have that. You can plug straight on in and you're good to go. We do also provide you with a 15 amp adapter, so if you're looking to plug in at home to charge your batteries or run your fridge, you got the power to do so. Ahead from there, we've got your sewer system. So that cap there, if you just kind of press on it, you can pull it out of there. And you see it's got the same two ears on it that your sewer hose had, so that'll attach the same way where you're just pressing it in, turn it until it locks into place, and that's that. On the left, you got actually a gray valve. On the right, you got black. So that gray valve's controlling your gray tank. Gray tank's gonna be filled from your sinks as well as your shower. Typically cleaner water, we'll dump that last. So you're gonna start with the black valve. The black valve is gonna be controlling your black tank, which is filled from your toilet. Of course, gonna be your dirtiest water. We'll dump that first to help get rid of, getting rid of all the dirty stuff out first. And then that gray last to help keep it clean. Straight up from there, you see you get a little service light, just a switch on the bottom there. Ahead from there, you get your outside shower. So you'll get a little key just like this right here. And stick it on into there and open her up. Hot and cold water, right, 3-foot hose, standard head. So if the dog's out getting muddy, you can spray him off before he gets inside. Tuck in that hose back in and then lock it back down once you're done. Right underneath that, you get your city water connections. That plug just comes on out of there. Your water hose will plug into there, turn on the water, and that pressurizes the lines throughout the unit. And right beside that, we have your cable and satellite inlets. Just a coax cable plug into there, fires up at your TV location. Right here's just a service port for your fridge, nothing back there really for you to worry about. Right ahead from there you get the exhaust for your furnace. So if you're ever running your furnace, you just want to make sure it's not blocked off. It does get hot. Straight down underneath there you do have your freshwater tank drain, so you're going to take that valve there and you can line that up. Just allows the freshwater tank to drain itself out. Your hot water tank's right here, so you get that keyway there, you're going to line that up and you can pop it on open. All your controls for turning this guy on are just inside of the unit. Before you ever turn it on though, you just want to hit this release valve there, make sure that bit of water comes out. That bit of water coming out of there is just letting you know this tank is full, it's safe to fire it up, and you're not going to burn anything out by doing so. Once you're done, just locking it back down with the keyway, and that's that. Towards the front, you get one end of your storage compartment here. So inside of here, you're going to find your little manual jack for running all of your stabilizers, so it just fits onto the end there. Also inside of here, you're going to find your water hose. Inside of that water hose is that park adapter, so your 15 amp to standard outlet, 30 amp for your short cord. Around front of the unit, you get another little service light there. And then inside of this box here is your battery. So as long as you're plugged in through that short cord in the back, this battery is charging for you. 2 knobs there, if you just push them back, you get access to your propane valves. For the video, I'm going to take it off. I'll show you your changeover back here. So you can see the arrow is currently pointed over here, so we're running off of this tank. This little indicator's gone green, just letting us know we've got propane in the system. If it were to go red, it's just letting you know you've no longer got any propane there. So you close off that tank, flip your change over to the other side, and run off of that tank while you get the other one filled. In front's the little power tongue jacks. Right in the back, you get a little switch, turns on the little side lights. And then up front, toggle switch, up is up, down is down. Up front here you've got the one end of your kind of pop out little bed end. You do have the same thing at the back, it works the exact same way. You got your little locks here, you're just going to undo those and pull them off to the side. And then from the side with the handle you can just pull it out. And then all you're going to do out here is just kind of make sure that your skirts come out over the edge, just ensures that any sort of water is just going to run off of the unit. And then once we get inside, we'll finish setting that up. Other end of your storage compartments here, so it does just see straight through to the other side. You do get a little service light in here as well. Storage compartment, it is just empty storage right underneath that couch inside. Freshwater tank fill, so you just pop that cap out of there, stick your water hose into there, turn on the water, and that fills up your freshwater tank. Low point drains are just right down underneath it, so you got a hot and a cold line there. You just get the little caps, you just pop those out, and it allows the water system to drain itself out. The purpose of that would be if you're leaving the trailer for a while and you don't want your water going stale or stagnant, or if you're getting ready to winterize the unit, you just want to get all the water out before pumping antifreeze through. Step forward, we get an exterior outlet that has GFI protected, resets just inside of the unit. Straight up there, we'll get through stove vent. So you get a little ear on either side there, you just pull that down, allows the flap to open up so that our fan inside can evacuate any fumes from our stove. Up above that, we get your 2 exterior speakers. Right behind the awning arm, you've got your porch light there. And then in the back, you can see you got your same little kind of pop out end. So again, like it just works the same as the front. Straight up in center there, you get your rear view cameras. That is a aftermarket installation by the previous owner. Handheld unit is just inside of the unit. And then we got your spare tire back here as well. So we'll just make our way inside of the unit. So your assist handle here, just pop it up 90 degrees and it falls into place, so you can open up the door. Your steps, you're just gonna grab that bottom step and pull it out. Flip that last step over and make our way inside. First things first is right on the left there, get your fire extinguisher. So that's standard, pull the pin, point, and shoot. Kind of off the wall over here from there, get light switch on the left there, does your one interior light. Light switch on the right, does your porch light outside. And up on the wall back here, you get another little light. So this is kind of what's going to illuminate the back there. Take note of that little audio jack right there. It's not actually an audio jack, it is actually a power outlet. So we've got a couple of fan light assemblies that we'll show you right away here. They just plug into there, allows you to hang that up, and I'll give you a better explanation of that once we get up front. Up top here is a little bit of storage. So this is just a panel that'll push in and out. Okay. Thermostat here, so this is going to activate your furnace. So with that slider up top here over to the right, that's it turned off. Pop it over to the left, that's it then turned on. Temp selection's in the bottom. All the way to the right is going to be max heat. Anywhere in between, everywhere else is temp selection. So with that furnace running, it's actually just right over here. It is not ducted, it is just dumping all of its air right here. So if you're looking to move the air forward and back, you're going to want to get like a little fan of some sort. Once you're done, just slide that slider over. You can hear that little click and that turns it off. Down from there, you get your converter, press the top and center and it pops on open. You get all of your breakers down the middle here. Whenever a breaker breaks, it's gonna sit in the center, so you just wanna turn it off and then back on to reset it. And on the right side, we get all of your fuses. Whenever a fuse pops, you get a little red light right beside it, letting you know exactly which one went. Into the kitchen here now, you get a little bit of storage down here. It's kind of like an active Susie. So you get all the drawers here. Those will be your keys right there. And then right around the corner from that, we get your microwave. It's pretty standard, just like home. Down below that, we get your range vent. It's light on the left, fan on the right. So this is that fan that you want turned on whenever you're using your stove, so that we can evacuate all of our fumes. For the stove, you just got the bifold cover that just flips on back. And you're gonna press the knob in, hit it with the sparker, and she fires right up. I will just mention that the first time you go to use your propane system, especially if you've been away from the unit for a while, will take a minute to fire up just because it's got to clear all the air of the propane lines. That is perfectly normal. For the oven, you're just going to pop that open. You get the knob on the right there, press that in, over to pilot, press and hold, grab a lighter, and then right in the back there, you can see that pilot light gets going. Once you have it going, you just want to hold the knob in for another couple of seconds and you can release and that flame will hold itself. Turn up to your desired temperature and she fires right up. Once we're done, we're just going to turn that back down to pilot. It'll hold just the pilot light for you, but if you're traveling or leaving the unit for a while, you just want to make sure it's right off. Down below that is a little bit of storage, as well as beside that. The sink, you get your hot and cold water, of course, the mobile head, a little light right up above it, and a bit more storage above that. Above my head is your air conditioner. Sorry, just real quick there. All your lights throughout the unit just on their own switches. Air conditioner here, so you have temp selection on the right. You will notice it's got option for heat. It does not have a heat pump installed, so heat will not work. So typically you'll just be leaving that in max cool. Over on the side here, we get your low fan setting and another low fan setting. So after low fan, it's coming into high fan. So the fan setting is just moving air. There's no cooling involved in that. After high fan, it'll come into low cool. So that's where the low fan will come on and you'll get your cooling, as well as high cool, so high fan with cooling. For louvers, you just have these little guys there. You can kind of choose how you're shooting your air around, but you just have forward and back. Once you're done, just making sure that's turned off. And right behind us, we've got kind of a pantry space over on the side there. little bit more down below, as well as right here. The fridge has all your controls across the top there. It's the power button there on the left, turns it on. So on the right here, if you have that button in towards auto, that's it gonna run on auto. Auto is first gonna look for AC power. AC power is taken away, it'll automatically flip over to gas. If you're out boondocking and you want it running solely on gas, you're gonna have that button come out over flush, and that'll then fire it up on gas. If that check light there were to come on right there, it's just letting you know it hasn't fired up, so at that point just off and back on to reset it. Freezer up top, and your fridge down below. Temp selection is straight in the back corner there. Beside that we get your stereo, it's the power button top left, you get your volume, press that, you can get into all of your settings. Speaker set A is your inside set of speakers, and there's B is your outside set. Press mute, and that'll just of course mute it. If you press and hold, that'll activate the loud setting. Get your seek on the side here, everything else just down below. DVD player, AV cables for it as well. Down below that's a bit more storage, so inside of here is where you're going to find, first of all, the battery pack for your awning outside. We'll show you that in a couple of minutes here. This is just a little charger for that. And then these are your fan light assemblies, so you do have two of them. You get the little jack there. The light is just right up here. So it just sits into the side there. Then you get a fan as well as a light. So that clip right here would clip onto this bar. So I'll just set this up real quick here. So you have a little jaw kind of right in the end there. It's gonna come up and hold on to that bar. You're gonna pick that bar up, push it out, and then right up on the ceiling here, lock that into place. And then your mattress will go in there as well. And then your light basically just clips up into that bar, plugged into the jack to give you a fan as well as a light out in the bed end there. Right. Then you can see your dinette setup after that. For your dinette, if you just take the table and wiggle it up, you get a little ledge on either side of the dinette seats there. You can take the table and lay it down onto those. Take the back cushions, fill in the center, and create a bed. Right underneath here, you get your LP detector. So propane's heavier than air, it'll sit on the floor. That guy detects it and starts going off just like a smoke detector would. This cabinet right there gives you access to your front storage compartment. This couch here also folds down, so you just pick up the base there. First of all, it gives you access to your storage compartment outside. Then you can lay it right down for another bed. Carbon monoxide up on the wall here. That's gonna go one more time. Right above my head we got your roof vent, so you can open that up. Then you can see the previous owner has installed max air vent covers. Above the dinette, the light there is just on its own center push button. Antenna right here, so you're just gonna turn that knob to open it up. Once it's up all the way, it'll just kind of stop in place. There we go. Then you can pull down this turn there and then turn it. Just look for your best signal. Wherever you find it, you can of course leave it there. Before you go traveling though, you just want to make sure those two arrows are lined up. Then you can bring it back down. Just ensures that the little channel that it sits inside of is lined up properly. Up on the wall here, you've got your cable and satellite outlets as well as your antenna outlet. Right beside it, get your antenna power, so you just turn that on right there. That will also help clear up your stereo signal. And then right above our heads, beside the air conditioner, is your smoke detector. And then lastly, we'll come into the bathroom here. So as you come in, your light switch is right up on the wall there. Right down below that, you get your hot water tank controls. So on the right there, you get that little flame. Turn that switch on, that'll fire up with propane. If that red light there were to come on, it's just letting you know it hasn't fired up at that point, just off and back on to reset it. On the left there, indicated by the Thunderbolt, turning your hot water tank on with electricity. Monitor panel right beside that, so in the bottom corner here you get your water pump, so as you turn that on, turns on your water pump to pressurize your lines. Beside that you can test your levels, so you press and hold test there and you can see where your levels are currently at. Beside that you get your GFI protected outlet, just on the left, reset in the center, so if you ever have outlets that don't work, it's the first thing you should check. Hot and cold water at the sink, a little bit of storage down below it, as well as your medicine cabinet up above. Roof vent above that, so just turn that knob to open it up. Same max air vent installed back here as well. Button in the back turns on the fan. In the shower, your controls are just, your faucet's just inside here, so hot and cold water, of course. You get the standard head. Toilet right there just flips on up and you get your flusher front and center. And really, that is about it for this guy. If you've got any other questions on the unit, please feel free to give us a call, 204-237-7272.